Well, one of the things we really want to talk about are those workplace injuries. So while we wait for some calls, let's go ahead and see what we can get into with this.
Sure. So with workplace injuries, in Alabama, you're typically going to be covered under workers' compensation. You want to give notice to your employer of your injury within 5 days. That's sort of a hard line in the sand in order to be eligible for benefits through workers' compensation. But given today's date, April 1st, it's April Fool's Day, right? And it's not uncommon to see in the workplace sometime someone maybe playing a prank on one of their co-employees.
Think about that.
Right?
Now, don't you point at me.
So one thing everyone needs to know with regards to that is, generally speaking, horseplay, which is what pranks typically fall under, is an exclusion to workers' compensation. So if you're injured on the job and it's through some sort of horseplay or April Fool's prank, you may be excluding yourself from any sort of benefit or coverage under workers' compensation. So be careful to those pranksters out there in the workplace.
Yes, that is a stern warning to the prankster. No, just kidding. But we do have a caller on the line. Jason, can you hear me?
Jason, are you there? We're going to work to get Jason's call through. I believe it had something to do with child support, I understood correctly. But I do have a question. So when we have these kind of workplace injuries, are those investigated inside by your own workplace team, or is that an outside investigation?
Yeah, that's a good question. A lot of that depends on the size of the company. So, a bigger company is going to have a risk management department or some other investigatory body that's going to, inspect those type of injuries to be OSHA compliant and those types of things. Smaller companies, you see less of that. But by and large, workers' compensation is an insurance coverage that is purchased. So generally speaking, employers aren't managing their own workers' compensation claims. Their insurance companies are.
Gotcha.
And certainly that insurance company is going to do an investigation because they're incentivized to prevent further workplace injuries at that particular employer. So generally speaking, there will be some investigation done, but and then there's often times where the injured party's lawyer is doing an investigation into the employer to try and, prove their case if it was denied for some particular reason.
We'll try again just to make sure. Jason, is there any chance you're there with your call? Jason?
Oh,
we may have lost Jason.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll try to get that call back in. If you have a question, we'll get it in for you.
And we are also here every Monday,
Yes.
so make sure that you call me in at that point. So let me just make sure that I am clear on this. So if I am injured at work, but it was because of horseplay, somebody else doing it to me, then I cannot file workman's comp?
Well, it would depend. If you were an innocent victim in it all,
right,
which
I often
through
am.
someone else's horseplay, then you're likely still going to be eligible for workers' compensation benefits.
Okay.
But if you were, engaged in a tit-for-tat prank war or something like that, they may be able to establish a pattern of horseplay that would exclude you from, that sort of benefit. But certainly, the player of the prank would be engaged in horseplay, and should he injure himself in the playing of that prank, would be ineligible for workers' compensation benefits.
And I believe we have a caller, Marilyn. Are you there?
Yes.
Hi, Marilyn. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, thank you. Got my parents' money. Brother and I was not put on there due to both of them being sick. Daddy died May 2021. Mama January 2022. So she's got money in there and we can't get it out of the bank. What do I do?
Yeah, so generally speaking, in a situation like that, if the child's name is on the account of the parent, they're not going to have any problem. That money just transfers to the child. But if it's not a situation where you are on that account, then you would need to go through the probate court and open an estate, and the assets would need to transfer through the estate to the heirs. So, if that's the situation you're in, I would contact an estate lawyer who can, help you through that process and what that looks like. But, that would be, generally speaking, an estate issue that would be needed to work through that.
And when you go that process, if you have to, and you open that estate business, then do you incur expenses, and do you need to consider if it's financially worthwhile comparing what's in the account?
There are certainly some costs associated with it. You're going to have some attorney's fees, and then there's a filing fee associated with that as well. So, generally speaking, I think that's, typically in the $1,500, $3,000 range if there's no complications or additional services that need to be rendered. Can certainly be more than that, but for just a simple estate, that's what you'd be looking at, I would think. So, assuming you've got more than that in the bank, it's going to make sense to pursue.
Right. Got it.
All right. Well, I do want to remind you that you all do have a blog.
We do.
Out,
Yes.
So make sure you check it out. There it is
Absolutely.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to find out more information about workers' comp or other areas of the law, please take a look at our blog, and you'll see many useful articles on topic.
And William, we're glad to have you with us today.
We are.
We'll be right back.